Stick with me through this video and you'll see 6 items that you can sell to make money on eBay. I'm going to start pulling these orders right now that came in yesterday and today. Today's Friday. I usually have Fridays off, and that gives me enough time to go out sourcing materials at garage sales, through flea markets, thrift stores, anything I can, any place I can think of. In this case, we have this is a kid's baseball glove. I don't know if I bought 10 or 12 of these at a yard sale. They wanted I don't remember if they wanted $2 a piece for them, and I talked them down. I didn't know that they were going to be worth very much money, so I talked them down to $5 for the whole box. And I think I was right. They really aren't worth that much money. I sold 2 or 3 of the adult ones right off the bat for $15 or $20 a piece. And then I have these kids ones left. They're probably, this is obviously a girl's, intended for a girl. And I've had these for quite a while, since October of 2023. And right now it's February 2025. So well over a year I've had these. And I've been gradually marking them down. So I'm estimating I paid $3 for this, and I'm going to sell it. I have sold it already for $12.99 plus shipping. So we'll get that ready to ship later. Next is this clock. It's pretty nice vintage clock with the, has no battery. It's a windable, old-fashioned winding clock. Somewhere there's oh, here it is, the key to wind it with. I'm not going to wind it up because it does make quite a lot of noise. I got this at an estate sale for $25. I can't figure out how to put this back together. Maybe it goes down here first. There we go. Yeah, I bought this at an estate sale for $25 not too long ago. Let's see. I bought it on January 18th. What is today? The 20th? 21st? So just barely a month. So I probably bought it on the what did I say? 18th. It probably got listed maybe the 20th or the 21st or something like that. So less than 1 month to sell that. I bought it for $25 and I sold it for $102. If you stay till the end, I'm going to put all this stuff into a spreadsheet and show exact profits on each of these items. Okay, next is a Super Smash Brothers GameCube game. LR5A is down here on the floor. I guess it's not on the floor, but it's on this bottom shelf. Super Smash Brothers Melee. I got a few of these GameCube games. Maybe 10 or 12 of them. I got them for free. I'll tie my shoe. I'm gonna fall and kill myself. I got a few of these GameCube games for free, and they've been selling pretty well. This one sold for $53.99 plus shipping. Okay, next. This is in a box here. And it's going to be a G.I. Joe figure. Action figure. G.I. Joe Techno Viper. Here he is in his purple suit. I think 45. GI 45, yep. And then coming up right after this is another G.I. Joe figure going to the same buyer. And this is going to be in H3. H3 right here. I have all these numbers and letters on these boxes to help me keep track of my inventory, and I put those locations in the custom SKU field on eBay. So once something sells, I can just look at that field and know exactly where I have it stored. And very rarely has anything gotten lost doing it this way. Okay, Cube 5A is right here. These are some salt and pepper shakers. And then I'm going to put these on my bench and then go back for the last item. I'm getting in kind of a rush because it's already almost 4. The post office here closes at 6:30, and I want to get these things delivered. I have to get these things delivered today. LR4B. These are some Catholic Basics Pastoral Ministry. 7. There's 7 of them. Okay, let's get all this packed. I'm going to just put this baseball glove in a bubble mailer. It's not possible for this to get damaged in shipping, so I'm going to keep this as inexpensive as possible. So this is a used Amazon mailer. I use these all the time. I have a whole lot of them I got from a local not-for-profit that collects used shipping materials and gives them to anyone who needs them. If you're in the Chicago area, it's called EcoShip. So look them up at ecoship.org. If you have materials, packaging boxes, or bubble wrap or anything like that you want to get rid of, or if you need some, I recommend giving them a shot. I like to reuse packing materials when I can. It's good for the environment and it's good for my wallet. Okay. I'll write the name of the item on the package, how much it weighs, which is going to be 10 ounces, and how big the package is. It's going to be about 10 by 9 by whatever this is, call it 3 inches. And then I write the initials of the buyer, so once I print my labels I can match them up to the package. Okay, this clock, this is going to be the most complicated pack of the video today. I might take a look and see what kind of brand new boxes I have. You know, when somebody spends over $100 on a purchase, I feel like I can justify giving them a nice brand new box. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna double box this because it's pretty fragile. I think this is probably, I don't know the exact maker of this clock or the time period, but I would guess it's it's Linden. So I would guess it's 1920s, something like that. Let me get more of this bubble wrap. I'm going to bubble wrap this in two directions, then I'm going to put it in a box, and then I'm going to put that box inside of another box. Which maybe is overkill, but this clock has survived 100 years. Let's try to get it at least where it's going. Where is it going? So it's going to Arizona. That's quite a distance from here, Chicago. Don't let me forget to put that key in there. Once I've done this bubble wrap, I'm going to wrap it with some shrink wrap to tighten it up, because that little door on the back is going to want to open up, and also there's a door on the front for changing the time. Oh, that's the clock. I thought I was getting a notification on my phone, but it's just the clock making noise. Okay, let's stretch it up. This will just hold everything together as tight as it possibly can. There it goes again. Okay, I'm going to really stretch it a couple of times, pull it tight. I probably should use a bigger bubble wrap than what I have for something like this, but this is what I have, so this is what we'll use. And I am going to double box it, so it should be pretty secure. Okay, I'm going to put some paper around it. The trick to shipping fragile items is just to keep it as immobilized as you can. You don't want it moving around at all inside the box. And then if it's something like this or glass, you want to get as much space around the item and the outside box as you can. So I'm going to put this in a 12 by 12 by 12 box once I'm happy with this inside packing. You know what? I'm going to cut this before I tape it. So I'm just going to cut off. I'm going to make like a hat, a little lid for it. I'm going to put this key in there right now before I forget. I might even put a little, I'm not even right on here, key. So they don't, hopefully they don't throw away the packaging with the key in it. Okay, let's cut this box down. I want it to be about that, like that. Okay, careful. We don't want to cut off any fingertips. And I'll save this and use it again in something for the future. So you can see I've just made a box top here, and this will go. Everything else, everything down here will squeeze inside this lid and then crunch it down as tight as we can. If this would be the outside box, I would go wild putting tape around it, but since it's going to be packed inside another box, I'm going to just put a couple of strips here to hold the lid on until it gets where it's going. The whoever delivers this is going to be hearing a lot of noise. Okay. I have some. Oh, I have some of these 12 by 12 by 12 boxes. That should be adequate, I think. Well, it's not going to be a huge amount of space between this box and then the larger box, but we're gonna assume the best. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to use this to fill that void. I think I'm going to use a combination of these bubbles, these big air pockets, and paper. Knocking my watch off. Fits in there pretty good. So then I'll just use this paper on these narrow sides. I think there's enough room to put a thin layer of paper on the top here. I'm going to put some on the sides, and then I'm going to put some on the top too. Okay, I don't typically worry about these side flaps. I know there are box engineers who build these boxes with the expectation that they're only going to have one strip of tape right across the flap. But in this case, this clock is a little bit heavy, so I am putting these extra pieces on just for some slight peace of mind that everything will be okay. Okay. Okay, GoPro shut down, so I started it back up again. Hopefully everything's okay. Oh, how much does it weigh? 9 pounds, 12 ounces. And it's going to be a 12 by 12 by 12 box. And the buyer's initials are PLM. Okay, next thing is the Mario Brothers, Super Smash Brothers. Okay, do I have a box for this? I have this closet space where I keep some random size boxes. But I'm looking for something a little smaller. I think I'll use a brand new one. Oh boy, what do I want to use? Well, I have these. I have these small pizza boxes that I bought for using on these small drum heads this size. I have quite a lot of these, so I bought these boxes specifically for that. But will it work for Smash Brothers? I think it will. Might be tight. I hope it will. Okay, I'm gonna put some bubble wrap. Because I think this has to go at a little bit of an angle in here for it to fit in this box. I probably could do something a little nicer for this game, which was over $50, $54. But like I said, we're under a little bit of a time crunch, so we're gonna get this. We're just gonna get it done, get it out the door. Okay, good. I've had some trouble with this GoPro just shutting down for no reason, so I think I'm going to invest in a nicer, newer camera. If anybody has a good suggestion for an action cam that they like, let me know in the comments. I'm looking at those DJI ones. Seem to be pretty popular. Okay. What's it called again? Smash Bros. I'm not really a gamer, so I don't always know all of these names. 7 ounces. It's gonna be 8 by 8 by 2, I'm sure. Just make it 3. And it's going to AR. I'm trying to keep these organized here in the order that they came in so that I can be more efficient once I print out the labels, getting them put on the right boxes. Okay, right now I have these two G.I. Joe figures are going to the same buyer. He sent me a message asking if I would combine shipping if he bought several items. And I have quite a lot of these G.I. Joes. And then he ended up only buying the 2 cheapest ones. In fact, he said some of these wires, these hoses were missing, and he wanted to get a better deal on it because of that, but they're right there. He just didn't look at the photos closely enough. Okay, when I ship these, like I said, I have quite a lot of them. I've shipped many of them, and they all have their little code name cards that were on the back of their boxes when they were new. I always put them between 2 pieces of cardboard to try to keep them safe. There's this. I use these 3 different types of tape for different things based on, you know, the cost of the tape. If I'm doing something where I need to use a lot of it, I might use the cheapest Scotch tape. Let's get this. And then when I want something to be as secure as possible, I'll use this heavyweight 3-inch tape. So in this case, this doesn't need any real security, so I'm going to use this cheapo Scotch tape. Okay. I think, well, I'll tell you exactly. One of these figures was only $8, and then the other one was only $16. So I'm not that worried about, you know, some of these GI Joes are worth considerably more than that. I've sold some individual figures for $16, $70. These are, I'm sort of running towards the end of my quality ones. So I would typically spend a lot more time wrapping them up, putting a lot of bubble wrap around to keep them as safe as possible, but for only $8 and $16, they're going to be fine. I got these from my mother-in-law. So this is a piece of advice if you want to be an eBay seller. It's really hard. Sometimes you want to keep it a secret. You don't want everybody to know what you're doing. But usually once people do know what you're doing, they have things they want to get rid of. So in this case, she gave me, I couldn't even tell you for sure how many GI Joes, and they're all the really vintage ones from the 80s and the early 90s. They all have, for the most part, everything she gave me had the original info card like I just showed you, and all of their accessories, guns and backpacks, everything that you need to wage a full-on war in your basement. Okay, so these are going to the same guy. 6 ounces. When he messaged me, I was really thinking he was going to send me an order for a dozen or at least 4 or 5, but then he only wanted these 2, and then he wanted the cheapest ones I have, and then he talked me down on one of them as well. So don't count your chickens, I guess, is the lesson. Will these fit in one of these? Okay, these are salt shakers that look like the Rosetta Stone, and these came from the British Museum gift shop. I thought there was a date on here. No, I don't have a date when they were made, but I thought they were cool. I don't buy a lot of salt shakers to add to my eBay shop, but I saw these. They were brand new in the package. I thought they were neat. So even though I don't see any sales history on them, I picked them up anyway and put them in my shop. And since there was no sales history, I didn't know what kind of value to assign to them. So I just picked the price. And I got a lot of views and a lot of watchers on these right away. So somebody was interested in them, I guess. But it took a little while to get any bites. So these, I guess not that long. I just bought them at the Goodwill for $3 at the beginning of January. So just slightly over a month ago, I listed these. And like I said, I just thought they were neat. Put some paper in there too. Okay, Rosetta. I'm going to write on here Rosetta. Rosetta, and it's going to weigh 7 ounces. And these boxes are 6 by 5 by 5. And this one is going to MB. Okay, final package. Okay, these books. Where did I get these? I think these came from... I'm having a hard time remembering if I got these at an estate sale. I know I got them at an estate sale because I wrote that in my custom SKU. But I'm pretty sure they came from this church that was a Catholic church that had been shut down. I don't want to say it went out of business. That's not really the right terminology, but anyway, it was not being used for several years, and the village where it was located bought the property to develop into a community center or a police station or something. We'll see what they put there. So they brought in an estate sale company to sell anything that was left in there, and I'm pretty sure these books came from there. It's a series of books about, I don't know what it's about, pastoral ministry. I couldn't really tell you what that means. But I've had pretty good luck with religious books. Okay, GoPro shut down again, so we'll see. We might not have any videos today. I'm going to be surprised if we do. There's a red light flashing. I don't know what it means. I don't really want to spend a lot of money on this YouTube hobby, because that's really all it is for me right now, a hobby. But this is the 3rd time I've been working on a video and the camera just stopped working, so I'm gonna have to buy myself a new camera for sure. So if this video makes it to YouTube, go ahead and leave in the comments some suggestions for good cameras, point of view cameras. Catholic. 3 pounds, 2 ounces. 3 pounds, 3 ounces. It's 10 by 9 by 7. And this will be going to... who? Oh, this is going to JMEIS. I like these eBay international shipping orders because I live very close to the hub where eBay sorts things out and ships them off to other countries, and it's only about 10 minutes away from here, so it means that it's very unlikely that these boxes will go missing or get damaged in shipping. And then once they arrive at the eBay hub, then I don't have to worry about them at all. There's no chance of a return or an item not as described claim. No problems with any of that at all. So I wish everything went eBay international shipping. Okay, I'm going to log into my eBay account and print these labels if I can remember my password. So, oh, God damn it. Apparently the computer has to update. That's what I tried the first time and it didn't work. Okay, we're in. Here's my spreadsheet. I'm going to refresh that page. So as we go through these items, I'll put the cost of shipping into the spreadsheet and I'll tell you exact profits that we're going to make on each item. First, I'm going to get to eBay's bulk listing page. I usually find it by looking at the notification bell and then looking at how many items I have to ship. Okay, here we go. These Catholic books are 3 pounds, 3 ounces. The box is 10 by 9 by 7. And this says medium mail. We'll check to see if Ground Advantage is cheaper, and it is not cheaper, so we'll leave medium mail alone. Sometimes it's not uncommon for Ground Advantage to be cheaper or only slightly more expensive, and if it was, I would choose to use that because it comes with $100 worth of postal insurance and medium mail does not. I'm going to click this button, this little link up here at the top to combine these orders. These are the 2 G.I. Joes. Now they're together in one package. And then I'm going to go back to this Rosetta Stone, which is 0 by 7 ounces, 6 by 5 by 5. That's $4.62. Let's put these numbers right in the spreadsheet as we go. Okay, we'll start with the Catholic Basics. Okay, I paid $1.43 for these. I sold them for $21.59. After all eBay fees and shipping and everything, I made $16.19 on those. Now the Rosetta Stone salt shaker. I paid $3.57. I sold it for $19. After fees and shipping cost, $16.49 I made on those. This one gets a little complicated, the G.I. Joes, because they're on 2 lines, but it's only going to be 1 package. I mean, it's not complicated, but I'm just going to make up some values for some of these things. 6 by 5 by 5, that's $4.71. This guy must live pretty close. So one of the G.I. Joes will say we made $3 on, $3.37. The other one I'm going to put 0 shipping, so $19.83. Okay, Super Smash Bros. Is 7 ounces. 7 ounces, 8 by 8 by 3. And Ground Advantage, that's going to be, they must be, well, they're all the way in California, but that's only $4.71. That's pretty cheap. I guess it is light. So I paid $0 for it, sold it for $53.99. After all of the fees and shipping and everything else, $48.04. Okay, this clock, mantle clock, weighs 9 pounds, 12 ounces, and it's in a 12 by 12 by 12 box. Shipping on that is going to Arizona is $18.63. When we put that into the spreadsheet, we're looking at, so I paid $25 for it after fees. I sold it for $102, $61.51. Now this little baseball glove is the last thing on the list. Remember the pink glove from the beginning? 10 ounces. It's 10 by 9 by 3. I'm going to call it 4. It looks bigger than 3 to me. I don't know that it matters, but $5.49 is the shipping cost. So we'll put that in the spreadsheet. I paid $3 for it. I sold it for $12. After fees, $9.51. Shall we see the total for all of these packages? Function. Whoops. So everything we packed today earned us $174.93. So I'm going to put these in a a grocery bag or a IKEA bag, and I'm going to run out to the post office right now. Thank you so much for watching. Oh no, I got to print these labels. I'm not quite done yet. Okay, total today we spent $45 in shipping. I'm gonna purchase these labels and print them out on this little Nelco printer. Okay, print labels. Sometimes it takes a while for this to open in Adobe Acrobat. But once it gets going, the printing is very quick. So we'll see them coming out right now. Oops. One of these I put UPS ground. I'm going to check that one to make sure that's the cheapest option. Okay, this is going to JM. Thank you, JM. This is going to MB. Thank you, MB. Then BR. BR. Thank you, BR. AR. Thank you, AR. DS is the baseball glove. I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna recheck this clock to see if there's a better way to ship this than UPS. And then if there is, I will print a USPS label. If not, I'm gonna print this. I'm gonna use this UPS ground label. But I'm not gonna subject you to that. So thank you for watching. I'll probably be back tonight or tomorrow with some listings of new items and maybe showing off some of the stuff that I picked up this morning. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure to subscribe. And I thank you again. Goodbye.